tainted and don't use it. I like the term swadharma, your own law of being. Follow your swadharma, your own law of being. Figure out what your swadharma is. Based on what? Guna and karma. What are your innate qualities? What are you good at? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And karma, how do you behave? How do you live? How do you interact with others? Based on that, figure out what vocation is best for you. And then do it as karma yoga. So that's the way to spiritualize that activity. And then if you do that, you're using all those packets of energy in the psychophysical system in the most efficient possible way, in the most productive way, to make spiritual progress and to benefit society. Now, what is that? That's not an esoteric Hindu doctrine. I mean, you find it in the Gita, but that is the basically modern Western societies, right? It encourages you to discover your own particular vocation and path, and it gives you the resources and the scope to actually pursue the career that you feel drawn toward. There's nothing beyond that. And if you don't like the term caste, don't use it. You can use swadharma. I like that term better. Three Idiots, right? The whole Bollywood movie Three Idiots is all about this. Follow your swadharma. If you want to be a wildlife photographer, don't be an engineer, be a wildlife photographer. And the reason why it came out in India is because there are so many Indians who think otherwise and force their kids to be the engineer rather than the wildlife photographer, right? So they need that kind of movie. Yeah.
Swami, it seems like the core issue is that all four of those, well, maybe the Buddhists least, but the major religions, they get caught in this pattern that then gets rigid, like, where when I was at that Navaratri, beautiful 9 days, I was asking people, no one knew what it meant, all these rituals. And it's the same thing with the Catholics. And
it's every religion.
Yeah,
right?
so how that's the issue, how to stay in touch with the core teachings and not get distracted or disappointed.
That's the whole point of my talk. Yeah, exactly. And I think it's useful to distill it down to these four core principles. Because it's easy, especially with a religion like Hinduism. There's an asymmetry. Because Christianity, Islam, there's one book